哎，他怎么走了？
哎，他怎么走了？这才1万多就吓跑了
啊！
这又不是几万块的。
哦，他怎么了？你们这个是要结婚了吗？
谁跟他结婚啊？他
不是
那样子，我怎么看得上他呀？
哦，不是，那你怎么带过来买这个钻戒？
是他之前几天追我。
哦，他追你？
对，追我过来，就是想买个戒指，才1万2的戒指就把他给吓跑了。
哦，他就吓跑了。
又不是几万块的。
啊好。
他还说认定我了要娶我呢。
哦，他要娶呀？
对。
你们认识多久了？
就前2天刚认识的。
After watching the opening clip, what are your thoughts? Nowadays, some gold diggers do not even bother to pretend anymore. They come up impatiently and ask directly, without any detours at all, truly implementing the philosophy of asking directly. This clip looks a bit scripted, but what comes next is absolutely a real incident. This happened last year. A man and a woman went on a blind date, and the woman directly pulled the man into a gold shop, picked up a big gold bracelet, and put it on her wrist, demanding that he pay. Of course, the man refused. A big gold bracelet costs tens of thousands of yuan. So he ran out of the store as if fleeing for his life and jumped into a taxi trying to leave. And then the following scene happened. In front of so many people, this woman was really going all out, insisting no matter what that the man get out of the car and buy the gold bracelet. The 2 sales staff from the gold shop stood beside them, not knowing whether to leave or stay. If they stayed, it was embarrassing just to watch, but if they left, the gold bracelet was still on the woman's wrist. What if she ran away with it? Regardless of whether the man and woman in the video were on a blind date or in some other kind of relationship, women who have only met a man a few times yet demand that he buy expensive gifts for them are really not uncommon. In principle, everyone goes on blind dates to present their own conditions. If they like each other, they continue getting to know each other. If not, they move on to the next person. It is a two-way selection process. But some women are very strange. Even when they have fallen to the point of relying on blind dates, they still put on an air of superiority and wait for men to pursue them. Why is that? The reason is actually very simple. She did not like you. Some people may wonder, if she did not like me, why would she agree to meet? Because she cannot find someone better. The high-quality men she desires generally do not desire her. She agrees to meet you only because she thinks your conditions are acceptable, so she gives you the opportunity to pursue her. You need to perform well before she will consider being with you. Once you understand this mentality, then her asking her blind date to buy a gold bracelet becomes much easier to understand. This impatient and ugly attitude is purely because she did not like you. If you were a rich and handsome man, the result would be completely different. There is a blind date blogger named Xiao Taiyang. He specifically tests what women's reactions are when he asks to split the bill on blind dates. The result is that the vast majority of women feel it is unbelievable when he says he wants to split the bill, and some even curse at him.
兄弟们，就是我说 AA，有30多个女生在骂我。
上次发了跟11个女生吃饭说 AA 的视频，引发了广大朋友的热烈讨论。我也习题想请 AA 抠门哥的称号。
But when he drove a Mercedes to meet women for blind dates, the vast majority of them suddenly became reasonable, expressing agreement with splitting the bill, and very few rejected it.
兄弟们，不瞒你们说，当时我坐上大 G 的那一刻，我觉得我强得可怕。你们也别问我，哎，毛哥开这个车能不能脱单呀？能脱麻你啊！你去割痔疮都跟医生说不用打麻药，我脱麻了。
Why does this happen? Because they know it is unwise to argue over a meal with a man who drives a Mercedes. If they disagree, they might make him dislike them and lose further opportunities. So they suppress their dissatisfaction, or perhaps they have none at all, thinking long-term to catch a bigger fish. Similarly, she would never, after just a few meetings, demand that a man who drives a Mercedes buy her a gold bracelet, because she fears being seen as a gold digger. She behaves generous and compliant toward rich and handsome men, but tries to extract as much as possible from ordinary men. Moreover, they are skilled at using this tactic to PUA men. Any criticism of this behavior is labeled as a poor man trying to freeload.
优质的男人啊，他是永远不怕他喜欢的女孩子拜金的。
High-quality men are never afraid of the woman they like being materialistic. From the first-generation entrepreneurs, second-generation wealthy, and executives I have met, including my high-quality male clients, they are willing to spend lavishly on the woman they like. They do not care whether she values material things. They even think it is great if she values material things, because they have money. Do you remember actress Yang Mi being asked in an interview what if the man she liked loved money? She said that would be great, because she has money. For people who can earn money, money is meant to be spent. If they can provide for the woman they love, it makes them happy. What matters most to them are two things. First, they worry about their cash flow being cut off, that they might not be able to give the woman a better life in the future. They believe she deserves the best and do not want her to suffer. Second, they fear that the woman does not truly love them. Many high-quality male clients constantly ask whether the woman loves them more now. The more they give, the more they seek confirmation of love. Do these men know when a woman does not truly love them? Of course they do. Men who become entrepreneurs, heirs, or executives are not fools. Some simply do not care. They just want to be with the woman they love. Some believe their charm will gradually win her over. You see, the truth of the world is not what you imagined. Do not just listen to what women say. Listen to what high-quality men think and say.
Have you heard this toxic motivational speech? If you dislike materialistic women, you are low-class, narrow-minded, and destined to fail. Now, some materialistic women even feel superior. They want to spend men's money, but package it as a symbol of a successful man's identity, and label any man unwilling to be taken advantage of as poor to shame him. In the past, such rhetoric might have worked on naive men. But today, no matter how attractive such women are, the comment sections show what a truly awakened man looks like. Some netizens say, do they still think this is the era of endless simps? Forget gold bracelets. Nowadays, you might not even find a simp to pay for a 200 yuan barbecue meal. Recently in Liaoning, 3 so-called fairy girls went out for barbecue at 3 a.m. and halfway through called a man to join them, which really meant they wanted him to pay. He refused. The owner could not stand their behavior and mocked them loudly.
一共200多块钱几个洗的？谁要洗的？你给了，你给了，你再给一份儿。我是先给我自己的。咱俩先一人点2圈，吃不点挺罢了。我跟你说行不行？你们别有你们有福呗。你看给人削的，太不丢人了。
They looked well dressed and carefully made up, yet the 3 of them could not gather 200 yuan and even had the nerve to argue with the owner. It is unbelievable. They probably did not expect a simp to refuse. Overall, it was satisfying to watch. Hopefully there will be more people like that owner and fewer simps, so the world becomes more normal. Finally, let us watch another clip of a gold digger being thoroughly humiliated. Alright, today's video ends here. If you have other thoughts, feel free to share in the comments. See you next time.
你不会买不起吧你？
这不是我买不起啊！
那你买呀！
你不说你给我，你买吗？
什么时候我买了？你自己买衣服你不买单，你搞笑吗？
In the clip, a woman shopped at a luxury store and selected over 50,000 yuan worth of clothes, shoes, and bags, then habitually expected the man with her to pay. She intended to take advantage, but he confronted her directly. When questioned, she showed no embarrassment and insisted that men paying is only natural. This incident happened at the Gucci store in Chengdu, Taikoo. A man and woman entered the store. The woman eagerly tried on all the items she liked. The total bill exceeded 50,000 yuan. She then sat leisurely on the sofa waiting for packaging. The clerk asked the man whether to pay in cash or by card.
我支付，我今天陪你买东西，让我来支付。
是陪我买的。
我是陪你买啊，你什么意思啊？你该不会说你今天买了那么多东西，让我来帮你付钱吧？
The woman awkwardly hinted that the man should pay.
他肯定也错了，你自己买东西肯定，你自己买东西肯定是自己付。
She never expected the man to respond so directly. She assumed it was customary for a man to pay after accompanying a woman shopping. But he refused.
自己付钱，然后我陪你逛那么久，待会儿你应该请我吃饭才对。
Not only did he refuse to pay, he said he was tired from accompanying her and that she should treat him to dinner. Seeing his serious expression, her smile froze. She likely never imagined paying herself. At this awkward moment, he urged her to pay.
你不会买不起吧你？
She began fumbling with excuses.
你不说你给我买吗？
什么时候我买了？你赶快买，赶快付钱，好吧，死穷鬼！你别让别人瞧不起你。
Seeing his aggressive stance, she hinted that he lacked manners. He replied that he only agreed to accompany her, and did not expect her to spend over 50,000 yuan. He would not pay. Realizing she had been played, she suggested leaving together. But he continued confronting her.
不是，我看你买不买得起啊？
你看我买不买得起？
对，我看你是不是穷鬼，我看你是不是屌丝。
我是穷鬼，我不是屌丝。
那你买呀，你不是屌丝就。
They remained deadlocked. Suddenly, he ran outside and shouted.
大家过来看，这一个女的买东西买不起，不给钱，别人忙了那么久，她不给钱。大家过来看一下，这个女的，不是你自己选那么多东西，然后你说你给不起钱。
Onlookers gathered. An older woman asked whether the store was forcing a sale. He explained they were just acquaintances, that she bought items and refused to pay. The crowd began staring at her differently. He revealed they only met online and barely knew each other. She felt humiliated and forced a smile, hinting that he should stop. But he continued angrily.
我觉得你自己是不是土包子，没逛过这个 GUCCI 店，然后来买东西又给不起钱，你就承认你是土包子吧？你是不是农民？你是不是屌丝？是不是死穷鬼？
She tried to appease him, but he kept insulting her. She eventually retreated into the store while he followed. They had met online recently. She kept him hanging, accepting small gifts but never committing. She cancelled meetings and even blocked him. Later, after he apologized, she reconnected but demanded material compensation. Angered, he planned to pretend to pay and then expose her. That is what happened. He continued recording and criticizing her, demanding that if she had dignity she should pay. She stayed silent. After 3 hours of confrontation, she left without buying anything. Some people do not understand equal relationships. If you are unwilling, you should reject someone from the start. Treating someone as an ATM has consequences. The man's behavior was also immature and full of insults. Yet many viewers felt it was satisfying, believing some women have been spoiled by social trends. If you encountered such a situation, would you act like this man?